popcorn? That's cool.
All right.
You get dirty. There should be another picture of somebody holding it, but if not, I'll use that one. It's good. I see people. Steve Hansen's here. That's
Good morning, Steve.
That's good. Also, I have a hard time reading that.
Let's see, we got Steve Hansen, Look Logic.
All right. Good morning, Tom.
Night of the Chicken Dead. Also, the sequel is about to come out. I was supposed to film a cameo role for the sequel where I was going to be doing this little dance along with about 100 other people. It wasn't like an exclusive thing. But I never made it. I never made it out there. It happened to be on Waleed's birthday. And then they told me I could mail in my tape. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. But when? So I think I missed it. I think the movie's already done. Missed my mark. That's okay.
All right, I see the sound moving, so someone feel free to let us know if the sound is on YouTube, please.
Chris is monitoring.
All right, thanks. Chris, how bad is the AC? And not that we're going to turn it off, but I'm just so I'm aware. All right, so I guess start over because
Okay.
on YouTube no one
So
can
we're
hear
starting over. We made a movie in the desert
Yep.
in the middle of July, and it wasn't so bad because our call times were 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was rough. I never left location. I lived in a little 12-foot
Yeah.
cargo
I
trailer.
never peeked in there. I wanted to, but I
Oh,
wanted
it's
to see what it
awesome.
looked like.
The
Yeah.
war room.
Yeah.
By the end, it was like a dorm room, and you
Yeah.
probably didn't want to peek in. But I stayed in the desert in this 12-foot cargo trailer that I built here, and it was awesome. But come noon, 1 o'clock, didn't matter how strong the air conditioner was going,
Microwave.
I got real hot. Like,
Yeah.
I had to blow the air conditioner directly at the computer because I didn't want any computer problems. So the back of me would like get on fire from the radiant heat coming off the walls. And they're insulated, but it was rough, man.
Yeah.
That was unforeseen disturbance.
Didn't expect it would.
But I made my day every day except for one. My goal was we would, wrap in the early hours of the morning. Usually I'd be in bed by 5 a.m. And then I would sleep until 8:30 to 9. Wake up, have a glass of coffee, and then between 9:30 to 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. edit the dailies. And every day I got the day done.
Nice.
Except for one day we had to, we wrapped at like 8 a.m. Then, because we went and did I changed the ending. You don't know about this yet, but it was a really fun ending.
Nice.
And then we went out to the dry lake bed in Pahrump and shot this freaking epic, awesome thing. And then still got the dance stuff. All that's there.
Nice.
More of a post-credit scene
Okay.
that we shot. That brings back some characters into our universe that we didn't have to kill off. That I can't wait for you to see it.
I can't wait to see it.
But then got back, slept for 2 hours, and then we had to come to Boulder City to do the interior of the shack shoot.
Yeah.
And it was about 100 million degrees here. We shot in a haunted house. It was so hot. And then we had to go back to Pahrump and shoot that night, the normal schedule. Because we never got the interior of the shack built in the Connex out there that we had planned on.
Okay.
So I already had a shack here that's perfect. I mean, production design-wise, this was way better for the movie.
Yeah.
But that made that day 2 days for me and Kayla, Ben, and Corey.
Yeah.
The actors didn't have to come back, so they had a little short day. But we had to then come back, and that was the only time I didn't get my daily edited. And then I just edited 2 days when we were done. But I still had the rough cut done within 48 hours of wrapping.
That's
And
amazing.
it's great. And Lola is combing through it right now. Just, there's like audio from the coverage. Like, I don't know how to explain this to someone who's not done it, but like when you're focused on you and your lines, the guy back here is talking.
Yeah.
And so she's just clipping the dead ends of those and just tightening the edit, but it's done. Like, we're doing the pickup shots tonight, and the movie is done.
All the filming is done.
All
Now
the
you just
filming
gotta
is done.
Polish the edit.
And what we get tonight is what we use. If we miss something, we work around it, because our big announcement, as long as the audio is working, is that we will be premiering this movie at the Sin City Horror Fest on September 2nd.
September 2nd, yeah.
Woo!
So opening night, we're doing a special screening. and I'm so excited. It's funny, we've talked about it a little bit, but you kept like teasing that you wanted to get it done fast. I knew the festival was coming up. We kind of our opening day is kind of a thing that we wanted to like be a locals day where we bring people out and just have it be fun. So I had this screening and I was like kind of keeping it for you and for the film. So I was like, because it'll be a cool thing, but I also didn't want to apply the pressure.
Right.
So then you called me one day and was like, hey, what if and I was like, yeah, perfect. So it just I was really glad, but it's so ambitious.
It sounds crazy to a lot of people.
It is crazy.
But what we did was crazy. Like, we shot a movie in 6 days. My favorite is my friend John Swango was like, the one thing I could say is trying to squeeze it all into 6 days. And I stopped him. I said, John, we didn't try. We completed the movie in 6 days. And yeah, there's a pickup day that always is. That doesn't count towards not making it,
Yeah.
It totally was successful. And I've made movies quick before. Like Slaughterhouse on the Hill, we shot that movie in 4 days. Like,
right.
I've made movies quick before, but the turnaround, getting it edited, the rough cut, while shooting the movie was absolutely incredible, and jazzed me every day to keep going, you know. And then,
how did you, this is the first, because I know you've edited some of your other stuff, you worked on it, but this is the first time you've done it this specific way, right?
Slaughterhouse on the Hill, I made rough cuts at night of the dailies, but the problem is I didn't know how to edit yet.
Right.
And I was brand new using DaVinci, and my team was brand new using DaVinci. I chose DaVinci because it was more similar to the old iMovie stuff that I did know how to use.
Okay.
So I know like Lola and Corey and them, they use Premiere, Adobe.
Yeah,
and I've used Adobe, but I get lost and I don't know,
Yeah.
it's very confusing. DaVinci seems easy, but there were some bugs at the beginning, whether it was me, operation error, or them, because the platform was new. I lost the entire movie twice. I had to re-edit the entire movie twice, and that sucked so
The
bad.
thing about those programs is like they're so good, and so much of it, like once you sort of understand the fundamentals, or so much of it is sort of intuitive and right there where you need it. But there are like hidden things
Yeah.
that, like, if you know it, it's not hidden at all.
Right.
But they're not like in the right. It's so like it's.
No,
it
the
is.
weirdest thing is that to cut is Control B instead of Control C, and I imagine that's for the word blade. I can't understand why it's B.
Yeah.
But why not make it C? So when I was editing on this, because I was on like a mission, I put electrical tape on the Control, the B, Y, delete. That way I didn't have to like search. I could just hit the one that at least all those shortcuts are all over the keyboard. They're not right next to each other. So like the B and the Y are the most important to me, because Y is how you move the whole timeline back and B is how you cut.
Right.
And then the delete one too, X or Z or whatever it is. But I had tape on all the buttons I used, just black electrical tape. So I didn't, if I had to look down, I knew exactly where I was going, instead of having, I can't see anything, and it was pretty cool though. Like,
That's awesome.
It was extremely liberating to not have to depend on Corey or Lola to edit, because usually I do. And of course Lola's a better editor than me, and she's gonna come in and make this thing awesome. But I didn't have to, there was a couple phone calls where I was like, how the hell do I do this? And she's like, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, like, I think in my experience now, after, talking to so many filmmakers, working on my own movies, working with other friends, just seeing, 50 people go through the process of editing, which is, is a challenging thing, is like, I think the coolest and best version of that
Oh, thank the
is
Lord.
having
baby.
Hi, Lola.
Hey, we were just talking
morning.
about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What's the shortcut to do this?
on
I don't
DaVinci.
know. Well, who's gonna tell me? Look it up. I don't know.
The internet, the Google.
So how I learned how to use DaVinci? Google.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
Train yourself. That's how you live.
Well, hon, you did.
Yeah.
You've done good. You've done good. You helped me through a hard time.
But I think
those pictures are so unclear. If you can find me better pictures of this toilet bird, there's like some rib cage showing. I need to see that, you know. I don't. For some reason, there's 3 photos missing out of this photo album, and guess which ones they are? 3 of them. All 3 of them are the toilet bird.
I'll look up on my computer so I can pull it up on the screen.
But I appreciate you, hon. Thanks. You keep going. She's like, Jesus.
He's like, that's not how you say thanks, Tom. That's not.
Hey, by the way, can you do more?
This is great, but it's not what I want.
So good. That's classic Tom, right?
Yeah.
This is great. Not what I'm looking for. Can we do this?
What I was gonna say though is that I do think like the absolute best version for independent filmmakers is like if the director can do the rough cut. Oh, your edit is so much because
then you know what he wants.
100%, and it's like it's not as
It's
I don't
so
think it's
liberating as a filmmaker to be able to tell my. Well, here's the thing. Yes and no. I don't believe that anybody should be their own editor, unless they're an editor first. If you're an editor
Right.
before a director, I understand. You're editing the movie in your head. But when I'm cutting this together, I'm really just going from slate to coverage to slate to coverage. I'm just making an assembly because she can paint the picture of the movie and the environment to music. She'll lay in her music first.
Yeah.
And then she'll paint the picture of the emotion and the journey with that, and then it's better than I'll ever do. But she didn't have to go pillage through all the garbage and figure out what takes are good. That's the image that she printed. But
It's funny, I don't know, it's got all kinds of watermarks all over. Well, what I was going to say though too is that one of the biggest values I think of editing your own, of putting your rough cut together first as the director is you really do then know what you have.
yeah.
Because it's super easy after you've done the whole thing.
But the
of,
coolest part about doing that the night of is you still remember what you did.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at take 1 and 2. I just go to the circle take 3 because I remember. And Kayla's pretty good at script notes. Sometimes I can't always read what she wrote, but she's pretty good.
Sometimes I can't read my own script notes after the fact because it's like, I
See, I don't take them. I just I say, Kayla, circle take 3. End of take 2 was good, and I like the blood drip in the beginning of take 1. And then she'll write that as fast as I'm saying it, so then it looks like sometimes I can't.
Yeah, I can't tell.
It's also dark.
Is this side image help a little bit better?
Oh
to give you
yes,
what you
yeah,
want?
that picture is great. That is a great photo.
So crazy. Yeah, because it's like what I've seen a lot of times with these is that when like an editor takes over and they're working on the whole project, and then the director has a lot of space in between it.
They forget their movie.
You forget your movie, and again, you're just like sometimes. Even to your point, is like when you have her take a note, that works. Definitely, when you're looking at it, some of the things that seem to work don't work.
Right.
So some of the things like when you take a second look at it, or depending on like the order of how things go and what you chose for the previous shot, it's like, well, actually, this one actually fits better. So what I've seen happen so many times is like the editor will go in there and lay out the cut, and there'll be all kinds of things kind of missing or wrong that's hard for the director to give really sort of
Right.
good notes on. And so I think it's just so helpful that you can be able to, have a better.
If you can send that image to
Understanding.
Kayla, can you find that image and get that one printed too?
It was on Facebook, but I just looked up.
That's a great picture though. It's gonna end up being a little blurry.
It says one of the worst trauma movies ever.
No. One of the best.
So yeah, anyway, I think that's really cool. I'm glad that you did it, but you, one of the things too is you didn't. Your guys' days weren't super long. You tried
No.
to keep them like
we
reasonable.
we
right?
shot a full feature film in 6 days, but we never went over 8 hours.
That's amazing.
We didn't do 8 hours and 5 minutes. So some days were just 7 hours.
Yeah.
But I remember one day we came back from lunch, we got 2 shots, and I was like, "That's it, we're done." And it was just like, why did we even go to lunch? You know.
But that's such a cool
But-
quality of yours, because it's what people can hear this and say about your process is that, like, you know, like, don't squeeze it in, or, you know, he doesn't really care, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyone that wants to have sort of
An
a
opinion.
negative opinion on
Yeah.
it.
They can make it up.
And even decent people that are just like, no, it just doesn't work right that way. What you're forgetting on the opposite side is that, like, you can spend 14 hours on set
Yeah.
and still come out with the same product. It's your decision making. It's your ability to be honest with yourself about, you know, like, this is good enough.
This is what we're making.
Because the end of the people that spend, you know, outside of the titans of filmmaking, they're out, you know, making movies for Hollywood and stuff, is like, the rest of us are just like, we're still going to be sitting in the editing bay looking at the footage we have, and it's not ever going to be
Well, I
perfect.
say this a
anyways.
lot about the micro budget and low budget. Between $50,000 and $2 million,
Yeah.
it's really hard to make a better movie. Because let's say $150,000.
Yeah.
$150,000 to $2 million with no exaggeration, I'm really going to get the same caliber of actor. I'm really going to get the same locations. I'm going to get the same hours, 12-hour days, 12 to 22 day shoot.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all the same stunt guys, the same prop guys, the same union or not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm not going to better my movie until you're hitting that 150 million where you can take over downtown Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
Right.
But $2 million movie, you don't take over downtown Los
Yeah.
Angeles. You build some sound stages in an old hotel, you know, or whatever. It's very similar. So my experience, because I've worked on both of these levels of movies, my experience leads me to believe that on an even lower budget, my $50,000 budget, $40,000 budget, I can bring that $200,000 quality by putting notable cast members that can actually act. Like Brett Wagner, he's in a lot of B movies, but he's also in Sons of Anarchy. He's
Yeah.
also in, you know, I don't know if he was in Malcolm in the Middle, but like he's in those caliber.
Yeah,
This guy can
he's
act.
an actor, yeah.
So he knows his way around set. He understands sides. He knows how to be prepared. He can have a conversation, roll camera. He's on. Brett was amazing.
Yeah.
Also, Andre Gower, for a guy whose acting career ends before he's 16,
Yeah.
17, he has a natural gift that was honed so much as a child. It's like if you were a kid that juggled in the circus until you were an adult, you could still juggle.
Yeah.
Like, he could turn on his acting it was just a switch.
Yeah.
He'd go from normal conversations, having a good time, blah, 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 blah. I mean, say the most mundane word. There's a scene where he walks through and he just says, no,
Right.
yes, no, yes. And it's like, he commanded it. It wasn't,
Yeah, yeah.
and he
It's
didn't,
real.
he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
overdo it. It was just performed. It wasn't just lackadaisical. You couldn't have given an extra those lines,
Yeah.
you know? And they were simple lines.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying those are the only lines he had. The guy had tons of dialogue.
Yeah.
But he took it serious. He did not phone in anything, and he could have.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed, man. I really feel honored for the cast that we had and how serious they took it. And the creepy crowdfunders that came out and played with us.
Such
They
great
had
people.
so
and nice
much fun.
people and, yeah.
And not only did they have fun, they were all immensely talented in their own right. Like Lisa Kinzer, I couldn't have done this movie without her. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Associate producer and bought a role, but also acted as a key set PA. She
Yeah.
she had water for anybody. She was ready whenever I came in on the microphone. We had like walkie-talkies. She was there,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. All of the cast, every one of them, showed up ready to go to war and fought. You know.
Right.
But I think we all had so much fun. It wasn't hard. It wasn't. I mean, it was hard. It was hot and sweaty and a lot of work to do and moving fast and this and that. But it wasn't hard like Reservoir Dogs or fucking.
Right.
You know.
Well,
we
and the
didn't,
thing
we
of it
didn't have
is
a hard
like,
time. It was
Going
it was,
to Disneyland is hard.
It was
You
fun.
know, it's
Exactly.
like- it's
Walking
like-
to Universal Studios all day is hard.
Yeah.
But that's how this was. It was
Yeah.
the most fun with the most effort
Yeah.
put forth, you know. And for those who missed out, they'll see it in the pictures and the video because it shows.
That's
this
what I
movie,
loved, yeah.
when you see Justin Scard, and Leroy Patterson, the human tack bull, they met on the After Dark briefly. They didn't have time spent. They didn't know each other. On this movie, Justin and Leroy are inseparable, and they became that. You know, you ever hear that lore that, like, on Planet of the Apes, the gorillas stayed with the gorillas,
Right.
and the chimpanzees stayed with the chimpanzees, and it almost became
Yeah.
like a faction thing? Well, our car club stayed with the car club. Our bikers stayed with the bikers, and our 40-somethings hung out with the 40-somethings.
Right.
They were friendly with
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other,
yeah.
but
They had their own little
they
groups
did. They stayed with their group to the point. My good friend Steve Hansen, who I couldn't do this movie without, and his property we shot it out on, and all the love in the world to Steve. The first 2.5, 3 days was centered around the bikers.
Yeah.
But once, after that second day, Lars is gone, Brett's gone, the bikers are dispersing. You could see Steve, like, visibly get lonely. There's 100 people on set.
Right.
But he was like,
Yeah, 'cause
his group was gone. and he got kind of sad. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is funny. Like, he had his group. They all had their vests, and they had their bikes,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
all looked cool. And once they dispersed, it was like he was lonely in
Right.
this sea of people. Oh, I was loving it. I love that
That's
psychology and that weird stuff. It was very cool. Such a fun time.
Adventures with Diamond
Dizzle.
Dizzle.
Happy birthday, Dizzle.
Happy birthday. Someone else has a birthday coming up, right?
Yeah.
Is tomorrow your actual birthday?
Tomorrow's my real birthday.
Okay.
And then my government birthday is on the 5th.
What's that mean?
That means I've never had an ID with my actual birthday on it.
What? Why?
It's the weirdest thing. So I'm kind of dumb. And when I first got my ID when I was a kid, when I first got my driver's license in Pennsylvania, I was 16. Instead of 8/4/81, I put 4/8/81. So it was, my birthday was April 8th instead of
Okay.
August 4th,
Yeah.
which was cool because I went to Vegas before I was actually 21. I got, because it said that I turned in April, so I came and saw Rob Zombie on my fake birthday.
Oh,
And
shit.
got to go to the casinos. And
Where did you see Rob Zombie at?
at Sam Boyd Stadium with Cypress Hill. It was freaking
I
awesome.
might have been there that day. I'm sure.
Waleed was.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy.
I can't remember if I
I
was
had
there
a
or not.
total Detroit Rock City. I came with a bunch of guys from the tattoo shop that were way older than me.
Uh-huh.
We got to Vegas and they're all partying. And I don't drink or do drugs.
Yeah,
so I went to Circus and I'm doing the nickel slots. And the first $20 I put in, I won like $400 in nickels.
Oh, wow.
So I played nickels all night, but I fell asleep at the machine. And then my wallet, I woke up and it was hanging. I had a wallet chain and it was hanging empty. I got pickpocketed.
Oh, no.
Including my Rob Zombie tickets.
Oh no.
So then I had to find scalpers outside of Sam Boyd Stadium. I had to win more money. I won more money. Went and found scalpers, bought tickets with backstage passes that were fake. But I got in that front row, and I'm watching Rob Zombie, and I was like, oh, it was amazing. It was like Detroit Rock City. It was
That's
like
amazing.
this awesome adventure that I had. And the whole reason, this story goes on and on, man.
That's what we're here for.
I put a hole saw through my hand. I was working at WM Creations. I was working on a show called CSI Miami, making dead bodies for CSI Miami. And I put a freaking hole saw, paddle bit, through my hand. The spike came out right here.
Holy shit.
And I have a cute, you can't see it because of the mud, but I have a nice scar right here. And because of that, I got workman's comp. And I came to Las Vegas with this wounded hand.
Did it hit the bone? Or did you
No,
lucky it
right
missed
through
it?
this meat right here.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's lucky.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
And,
a
uh,
big jump there.
So anyway, that was my first trip ever to Las Vegas.
That's awesome.
And but yeah, why was I saying that?
I was just thinking that
my
was-
fake birthday. So that was
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
April 8th birthday. Well, then I moved to Florida, and when I moved to Florida, I had a million okay. I don't always follow the rules. So I lived in LA for like 15 years. 7 of those years, I had a suspended driver's license. But it didn't stop me. So I drove. I went to jail twice. And when I
What was it
left,
suspended for? Do you want to say?
no, it's
'Cause
failure.
you didn't drink and
no,
stuff,
no, no,
right?
no. So in Los Angeles, it's a trap. If you miss a speeding ticket, or you could pay the fine. Like you get a speeding ticket,
Yeah.
70 and I think this was specifically one goes. It was a 70 mile per hour in a 50 or something. I was driving with Bill Snyder in Palmdale, got a ticket, and then I paid the ticket. It comes
Right.
in the mail, you pay it. But on that thing, in very small letters, it says, whether you pay it or not, you must appear in court.
Oh wow.
And if you get a failure to appear, well, now we suspend your license for failure to appear.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
there's a fine. Well, I did those a couple times. So even on the suspended license, those fines got up to like $11,000. Not just speeding ticket, I mean all kinds of stupid
Yeah.
stuff. But one was really dumb, and I did go to jail over it.
Oh no.
I'm not going to talk about that on here. So failure to appear, suspended license. I had $11,000 in fines
Yeah.
at like 7 different courthouses in LA County.
Yeah.
So before I moved to Florida, I went and took care of every one of those.
Oh, nice.
I paid it off. Then I went to get a new driver's license, and I got my correct birth date on there, August 4th. And I was like, woohoo, I have my birthday. And then I got a passport to go to China to work on John Luchago's Killjoy 3. And when I got the passport, you have to send a photocopy of your ID in to match the birthday. Well, they, for some reason, wrote August 5th on the passport. So when I got it back, I have a passport that says August 5th. I have a driver's license that says August 4th for 1 month or something. And then I moved to Florida, got a new driver's license. Well, you have to show an alternative ID, which was the passport. So then my driver's license became August 5th. And then I moved to Las Vegas, and I
Just
fucking-
never went through the
it's
hassle of
August 5th.
fixing it
'Cause
again,
I don't have
yeah.
a birth certificate.
Yeah.
To find my birth certificate would be impossible.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, you should really fix this, because this is the problem with having my legal ID says August 5th and my actual birth date and Social Security says August 4th.
Right.
I have a really hard time getting credit cards, but I also have I cannot get cleared for the TSA pre-check because
Ah.
the dates don't line up.
Right.
So that's the only reason I would go through the hoopla of trying to fix my birth date, because I hate not having TSA pre-check, and I
Right.
can't get it because of my stupid, goofy, fake birthday.
Someone's asking what's the lowest budget film you've made?
That I've personally made, the lowest budget movie would be Hello, My Name is Gacy. We didn't spend any money on it. I think we made Hello, My Name is Gacy for free.
Right.
And it's out there. It's doing the rounds. It's doing good. We just got
That's
the
awesome,
quarterly
yeah.
report. It's actually on Vimeo, which I thought was cool. We've been turned down
Oh,
by
interesting,
Vimeo for
yeah.
everything. Hello, My Name is Gacy is out there, and it is earning money, and we didn't spend $1 on it. Before that, The Trek, which is also out there and earning money, we made that movie for $500. And we tell
Oh,
people,
really?
we tell people
I don't think I knew
1,000. We tell people 1,000 because it sounded ridiculous at the time, but we really only spent about $500 on it.
Because Sasquatch, I get those mixed up. I think.
Sasquatch we
you
spent
had a budget for,
7,000.
right?
7,000.
Did you get like some of the budget from the? Well, I can't remember the story.
No, so Legend
Or-
of the Sasquatch was our first movie, and it's all my own personal money, and my mom and dad put in $3,000.
Okay.
And then we made that movie for $7,000, and then we sold it for $20,000.
That's awesome.
And then that $20,000 got us also $50,000 to make Gould Creek,
Yeah.
like from the
That's
same
what I was
company.
thinking, Gold Creek.
And then we made Gould Creek, our most expensive movie, but we had no control over it. So then we made The Trek out of retaliation and made it for
So
nothing.
the Trek came after.
The Trek was the last of the 3
That's right.
original Plan 10 movies, which at the time was not called Plan 10, it was called Waltzing Devil. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
My wife's name is Lola Wallace, and I was Tom
Oh, that's
Devlin,
fun.
so we became Waltzing Devil was kind of our little pseudonym, but that didn't last. It turned to Plan 10 real quick. Plan 10 from Inner Space was the first short film we ever made. It was supposed to be a
nice.
feature. It was supposed to be an improv feature, and it only became a short and kind of more of just a music video, but that's where Plan 10 comes from. Plan 10 from Inner Space.
That's cool.
It was a pretty good time. We need a skewer for the wings.
So, Return to Shadow Valley. We have the premiere coming up September 2nd.
This is-
Have you kind of let have you let anyone know yet? Because I know that you had asked me if we were okay to talk about it yet.
I have not told anybody about the Sin City Horror Fest premiere of Return to Shadow Valley because I didn't know if other people were still submitting or I didn't want to
Yeah, they're two separate things.
I didn't
and
want to
appreciate
interfere
that, so it
with
was like-
other people being like, how come I don't know if my movie's playing? You know?
Yeah.
So that was just a.
Because some of the crowdfunders and different people were from out of town, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna put that out very soon.
So,
Today I will start messaging people. Like Lars. Lars lives in San Francisco. You know, like
Yeah.
he's gonna and he has a busy schedule. I'm sure he'd love to be there, but we just need to make sure. And you know.
for like the arms,
Yeah, for the wings.
he was about to pull 2 screwdrivers, which I loved.
Any questions, Kayla?
Tim Willard Entertainment says, what up, Tom?
Who said that?
Tim
Oh, Tim.
Ballard Entertainment.
Switch over here.
I'm prepared.
Looking for some rods. Let's take a look at this guy. Kayla, do you like these kinds of movies like Poltergeist?
I thought Poltergeist was a lot of fun.
So you like
Yeah.
ridiculous fun movies too?
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
Would you have liked Poltergeist if you didn't work here? Probably.
I think so. I think I went into Poltergeist not knowing it was a musical.
Oh, that's fun.
So I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. But fun.
You know?
Still no. You want like a tool? You want me to look in their little toolbox here of like a sculpting tool? You use?
It needs to be longer.
Oh.
I can almost use this blade, but it's not quite long enough.
Makeshift.
Kayla, did you have fun on Return to Shadow Valley
Yeah,
out there?
it was a good time.
Did you feel the heat, or was it like not as bad as you
It
expected?
wasn't as bad as I thought. Like Tom said in the afternoons, it was a little bit toasty.
What time were you going out there? What time were you
At
going?
like 2 or 3 in
Yeah, so that's rough.
so we were trying to find in the shade, but at night,
Yeah.
like it wasn't ever bad.
There
I
you
remember
go.
there was a night where I was like, oh,
Yeah, a year before, almost 2 years, I guess, before, we shot a movie in summer inside of a studio in the middle of Vegas. And I remember thinking, I was like, okay, it won't be too bad because it's indoors. And it was freaking, I almost died. Like, I was like, and that's when, like, when he was talking about summer for this one, I was like, I don't know that, I'm approaching 50. I just don't think it's in me anymore for the heat. Like, I don't, but the difference with that,
You grew up here.
yeah. And I really don't mind the heat, but my body's just not quite as resilient as it once was. Back then, too, my back was in a way worse spot, so like dealing with all the pain and then like all my muscles were like, there was a lot more stuff going on that made it worse.
Yeah.
But also, being like, if we were going to shoot a movie inside of here, like entire this whole, well, your place is even still a little bit better. It's just like in a massive spot, the air conditioning doesn't do much when it's 119
Oh
outside.
no, that's why we've got this room closed off
Yeah.
as much as we can just to try to keep it.
And then having to switch off the AC every time you shoot.
Ah, it's the worst.
Yeah, and so like if you're going,
Frankenstein.
That was
Yeah.
Las Vegas Frankenstein.
and then so by the time you kick it on and it starts to get a little cool, you're turning it back off. So it was like I wasn't even aware of how bad I was because I thought I was drinking plenty of water. And then there was one day where I was like, literally, I felt like I was going to pass out. And but I was, it's just stubborn. Where I'm like, no, I'm fine. And luckily, the director like stopped and looked at me, and she was like, you need to sit down. You need to because I would have just kept pushing, I probably would have passed out.
Yeah.
Because it's just as much as I want to be aware of it, it's just like I don't know. It's easy still to just think, I'll be fine. So, the heat is definitely a struggle. Look at that. What was that before?
This was a puppet stand for, like a puppet master puppet.
Nice. So this thing you're building right now, this is going to be a prop?
Yeah, it's just a replica of this toilet bird. The toilet bird attacks the general in the movie.
Uh-huh.
And Robin Watkins, who played the general, has been trying to get me to make this for over a year. And I said, oh yeah, just be patient,
Yeah.
If you can be patient, I'll help you out, but I hate being pressured. I got a
Right.
lot going on, and he's been real patient, so today I knew, well, I guess it was yesterday or the day before I wrote him, I said, well, I'm going to get around to it. We're doing a live on Monday, and I'm going to sculpt your bird.
So then what's going to be the process with this? You'll sculpt it? Will you cast it too?
Yeah,
Make
I'm
it
going to
latex?
probably scan it. I'll have Chris
Cool.
do a little scan it, and we'll 3D print it out.
Oh, perfect. That's all I was curious about.
Then I'll paint it up for him, and he can have it on his desk or bring it to conventions or whatever he wants to do
And
with
you
it.
could also shrink it down and make little ones
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
wanted, like just for fun or whatever.
I'll definitely put one in the museum.
That's so cool.
Because that's kind of the fun part about it. I got a poultry guy's spot in the museum that hasn't been updated ever,
Is there
So-
with the 3D printing? I know it gets such good. It looks so good.
Yeah.
But like, is there a world where or have you tried it yet, where it's like you're mixing the 3D printing then with like some latex over, like does that make sense?
Yeah, I could see what you would be saying with that, but
Like building, and I guess not necessarily this. I guess mean like I guess this where you build the whole foundation of it with 3D printing, but then have a
there's a lot
so
of
that it can
people
move or
that
something.
make a bust and then they sculpt on top of it. Like they'll 3D print their form and then sculpt on top of it. So I don't have to do all this buildup I'm doing.
Which we
But-
kind of, I don't talk about the person, that's kind of something we talked about recently now for maybe the next film, that like the likeness there, you can make that bust of that actor.
Yeah.
They don't have to come out, deal the whole thing, you'll be able to sculpt on top of it or whatever you have to do.
I'm doing
That's
that
so
right
cool.
now for a movie. I'm not allowed to talk about what it is yet, but I've
Oh,
been
that's right.
in talks with Charlie Band, and he actually I have to call him immediately when I'm done with this live feed. I told him that I'd give him a call, and then but we're working on a deal where an actor lives far away, and we can't get a life cast of him, so we're just going to have him do a series of photos of his face, and through Meshi we can make a 3D life cast and print it out.
So how do you, you'll take the 3D things, then do you have to get him to send you like measurements? Like,
Yeah,
how do you,
so
how do
that's
you-
what I told Chris, because we can use the images to make his face, but then we need measurements.
Dimensions
So in those images, we'll have him do like chin to forehead with a tape measure, ear to ear with a tape measure, so we just know how wide and how tall.
That should be.
And
Do you do like a circumference? Or
yeah,
there,
we'd have
just
to.
'cause if it was just like even a quarter inch off,
It wouldn't.
it could cause an issue.
It could cause an issue, not with what we're doing.
Okay.
It'll be flexible enough that it'll be okay. It's better than not having a life cast at all.
Right.
So.
Because sometimes that's. the
But
case
I
too,
could
right?
do it without a life cast. I could use a different person's face and make
Okay.
the same thing. It's just kind of a neat technology we have now, so we'll try to use it, try to cultivate it.
Well, I'm watching you sculpt here. We put this on this armature. It's making me think. One of the things, like when I sculpt smaller stuff with Sculpey, Super Sculpey, or I don't know, all the other different clays that I'll use. I'm used to this one. One of the major issues I have is where it slips off the wire.
Yeah.
So I've started putting like tin foil around the wire so it
Yeah.
catches. But is that not? It doesn't seem like you're having that big of a. This clay is
I
not
could.
really.
I could.
But it seems to not be as big a problem with
Not
this.
right
Is that
now.
true, or you just have your technique is sort of
I'm just
you
going
figured
slow.
out how to
Yeah. As long as I encompass it and, yeah, I mean, I have to put a lot of weight. These wings come down to about this far. So I just build it, and keep bridging the gap, and hopefully they stay on, especially in a time where it's all hot in here and this stuff
Right.
dries out, but.
The nice thing about this is that when, as it's drying, you create, the underneath layer is stronger.
Yeah, the problem is it can crack, and when
Right.
it cracks, it'll all fall off.
I mean, yeah, because this is kind of a thin,
Yeah, we'll keep it a little bit thick, but
it's cool.
no. The old toilet bird.
Someone's asking, can you share about how you set up your crowdfunding and how it works?
So the crowdfunding that we did, it's called Creepy Crowdfunding, and it's a website that Mike built. And if you build it, they will come, right?
Right.
Like, we were, I think all inventions come out of a need of filling a gap.
Right.
And we were both frustrated with Indiegogo, and that's kind of the one everybody uses, right, is Indiegogo. And we were frustrated with it. I already didn't want to do crowdfunding. I was like, no, that's not my style. But I had changed my mind and we were gonna try it. Well, they weren't making me feel any more confident with Indiegogo not answering our questions or picking up the phone or.
Yeah,
I
because
just
he
couldn't.
kept having,
I couldn't talk. It was just stupid technical difficulties.
it was just
that-
setting up the bank
that
accounts.
dealt
getting
with a
it
bank.
kicked back for like
And
3
I
weeks.
didn't feel comfortable, you don't know when you're getting scammed online or whatever. So I'm really anti-technology. I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't like doing this stuff.
Right.
So it was one of those things that, with Mike's help of building that site, we just started posting about it and people started pitching in, and it worked. And the cool part about it, because we're not dealing with Indiegogo and we're not dealing with Kickstarter, is every dollar that was put into the crowdfunding went directly into Plan 10 Pictures. So we were
Yeah.
able to buy wardrobe pieces. That pink jacket I bought day one of crowdfunding. Like,
Yeah, and you're able to get to clarify what you're saying is like, purchase today if $200 is in your account.
We can
so
use it.
during pre-production, you're able, you're not, because that's one of the challenging things is like with those is that you got to wait till the campaign ends and then they send you your money. So it kind of puts your production behind a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
And that's one of the things. I think another like thing about what we did and what you guys did was like we went into it with a very specific mindset of like, obviously wanting to do what crowdfunding is, but being aware that you wanted to be ahead of schedule always.
Yeah.
And so that helped us and helped you be able to do that because that's I think both of our kind of core belief is that like if we can prove to everybody that it's a fun thing to do and worth it, and we turn out the movie,
They'll do it again.
Yeah, like if we can grow it into doing more and more. And I think the one thing I've noticed by researching crowdfunding campaigns and seeing like every variation of them, one of the most consistent things that I think is the failure of most of them is that they just aren't. It doesn't matter what you have. Like it doesn't like Uwe Boll, which I know a lot of people don't like, and
I
it's
love
perfectly
him.
fine. But like whatever. But like his movie, he tried to crowdfund a sequel to what was it? The
What?
Dead.
Was it Blood Rain? Not Blood
No, it was the other video game one, the zombie one.
Rain. House of the Dead?
Yeah, I think that's right. So, but the point is like, the campaign really was half-assed. Like, they built it on Kickstarter, they opened it up, but it's like, you have to do the work and make all the graphics, and then
And
for
you
the
gotta talk
30
about
days
it.
that you have it, you have to talk about it. It's
And,
like,
and I felt weird about talking about it until it started, which didn't take long. Like, day one, we had a couple $1,000.
we were very,
And then all of a sudden, I didn't feel weird about talking about it because I felt like I could already see the excitement behind other people and people asking. The other cool thing was like, we had some people that wanted to pay unconventionally because of their weekly
yeah,
arrangements or whatever. You can't do that with Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We were able to work individual deals.
Yeah.
And that felt like I was helping the people helping me, and it made me feel great.
Yeah.
So I am going to launch another campaign for the next movie, which I'm not going to announce that movie until the paperwork's signed. But we're gonna probably
In 2
launch
weeks, right?
launch that
That's the plan?
campaign on August 15th, and this is gonna be such a fun one. And the perks are gonna be so cool. Like learning what we learned on
Yeah.
this. Those custom figures are so cool. Like the scanned custom figure of Carrie Maguire in her zombie makeup is
Yeah.
so cool. We scanned JW just to make a house action figure. It wasn't a perk. That's our
Right.
main guy. Dude, the guitar, the beard, like we
That's
have
so
JW figures to go with our zombie figures.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad. And then Kayla, I don't know if she sent out the email yet. We're gonna send out an email. Francine, one of our zombies that got scanned, has suggested wholesale price for additional figures if they want to take
Yeah.
them to conventions or friends and family or whatever. So we're gonna offer, because they spend a good price on the custom scan one.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's just materials and time of painting. So like
Yeah.
$60 a figure, which is what we charge for the extra trophies or whatever. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It's just what it costs. So I think we're doing something cool. And the
There is
next
some really
campaign,
cool
I
stuff.
can't wait for some of these perks. And I might have to do myself as one too. Like,
Hell yeah.
it's cool. It's just something you'll want to have. And
Yeah.
I'm real excited.
What's cool, and I wonder, have you thought about, just popped in my mind, is you know, you did all these custom figures, is like, it would be cool for you
Oh, I have to have
do
them
a,
all.
yeah, but it'd be cool, like, with the, you know, to like, print a base, like, make it
Make
so
the
like a little,
bases go together.
yeah, just
Make
to
the
have like
graveyard.
something that you could like,
Yeah.
yeah, even if it's not for everyone, but just for
the
inside
museum.
the Monster Museum.
For the Monster Museum.
It's so cool to see
No, we gotta
those
have
7-8 figures together,
Yeah.
you know, wherever it is.
We even had one of our featured zombies came out and acted. His name's Craig. Did a great job. Came out. He gets killed by Philip. It was pretty awesome. We used a puppet head. It was really fun. But he was so stoked on the role, and he was there with his mom, and his mom bought him the scan the next day, so he got a mini bust of himself.
That's so
And
cool.
he's wearing a makeup that I designed years ago for a movie called The Dead Inside, because he was just a featured. He wasn't a hero, and now we have this, like, that character will live on forever. You know.
Yeah, in case anyone hasn't seen it, this one is this the one, this is the first one you guys did?
That's the first one. The jaw is
Still
just
so
missing.
cool though. I
but-
mean, even with the jaw
yeah,
missing, it's like,
the painted ones.
they
are
came out
beautiful.
so good, man. And I wonder, even like with some of the people, even like you're talking about like maybe celebrities and stuff, it's like, because part of, you know, the painting of them takes time and everything
It
too.
does, it does.
Is like, you could probably just give them this too, you know, and let them do it if they want, if they're a crafty person.
If they were
If they-
asking for it, I would, but I love giving the finished product.
And who paints them for you guys?
Chris. Chris has been painting most of them, all of them so far. But I always had intentions of sitting down and doing one, but I've just not had a free moment.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna paint that one.
that's so
But-
cool. I love these so much.
And you got one.
No, I didn't get a bust yet.
Oh,
No.
we have one for you.
Okay, thank you.
I have one for you.
So, I had a question. Well, hopefully we answered the question. If you had any specific questions, feel free to ask if we didn't answer something. Bobby Beaner says that you made the deadline you had in your head. That's you made the deadline. Yeah.
Yeah, always do.
Tom is good at making his deadlines. But it's
Deadline.
so important for the crowdfunding thing, and I think that's what I kind of want to go back and touch on, is like, crowdfunding to a lot of people is so hard, and it is hard. It's like, the leap of faith part is the hardest part for me. You know, and that's kind of what we talked through too. It's like, it's a little nerve-wracking when you're about to launch if, like, all of a sudden it's crickets and no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
You know,
and
but-
then how are you? I'm already telling actors we're gonna make a movie.
Right.
How do you make a movie if you don't hit your budget? And then you can't pay your actors.
Yeah.
Because my whole budget pays the actors.
Yeah.
Uh,
But by the nature of it, it's like you kind of have to put the cart before the horse.
you have to.
But you have to figure out the way that keeps you
So-
productive.
I have reached out to actors for the next one, just to make sure that there's an availability, there's a possibility, there's interest there. Without telling them everything about the project, I I gave him a kind of a character breakdown.
Uh-huh.
I said, I got something coming in the works. You know, there's a girl I reached out to, Victoria Strange, who I love.
She's in Las Vegas
And
Frankenstein.
she's in Las Vegas
She is
Frankenstein.
great,
And I've just been wanting to work with her again ever since. And I think we have the project. And I just said, hey, I know some of the other ones, because I've had other projects and they come and they go and they don't get done. I try not to talk about them too loud until I know it's a thing.
Yeah.
And I've gone to her about a couple other deals that didn't get off the ground. And I said, I know those ones didn't get off the ground, but I really think this is coming. I hope you'll be into it. And she's totally into it.
Is she in LA?
She's in LA. And then Lou Temple, very good
So
friend of
cool,
mine,
yeah.
very good, great actor, Walking Dead and Devil's Rejects, just fantastic actor.
Was he in Sons of Anarchy too?
He may have had a stint.
There's so many like cool actors that played small parts.
He
in
may
that
have had
show.
a stint in Sons.
Yeah.
It seems right. I know he was Axel in Walking Dead season 2. He's like a pretty main
Yeah,
character
yeah.
in season 2. And I wasn't watching Walking Dead. Like I was real bitter about Walking Dead because I was such a zombie fan and I felt like it was like sellout material.
Yeah.
And then years later, I came to Vegas and started working at makeup school. I was like, well, I better watch Walking Dead because this is what people are going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I started season 1 and I loved it. And season 2 is probably my favorite season of the whole show. But Lou Temple plays Axel and he's all over it. So I went to write him to say, hey man, I'm late to the game, but I love this part. And when I went to his email, he had sent me like 5 emails about how I should check out this episode because I'm going to love it. And
And sorry, had you met him before?
Oh, I
Or
knew
was
him
it-
already.
Okay,
Yeah. But he had written me, Tommy, you would love this. You got to see what we did. You got to see the makeups on this and blah 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 blah. And I had never watched it or read him, and
Right.
I felt so guilty because I was like 3 years late.
Right.
But so I told Lou, I said, hey, I'm late to the game, but I love your show, and you did a killer job. He was great. in
That
Walking
show, I
Dead.
love.
For those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, he played Axel. He's one of the guys. There's 2 guys in the prison when they arrive. They take the prison over as a fortress. And when they get there, there was 2 inmates still there. And Lou is the very southern Texas
Yeah.
drawl guy. And God, he was great. Couldn't tell if they're bad guys or good guys. And it was pretty cool. But, so I think Lou is integral in the next movie. I have a big role for him that is that appears to be a small role. I don't want to give too much away, but my next film, for those of you who don't know, I've talked about it a little bit, will be a remake of a childhood favorite, and I have secured the licensing. I just have to sign the contracts. I haven't paid for it yet. We're doing that this week, and once I do, I'll start talking about it.
So next Monster Monday,
Next
will
Monster
be
Monday.
full blown.
Maybe I'll be sculpting the killer.
All right.
You know,
Love it.
that'd be rad.
Yeah.
I already have all the character design done. I
That's
just
awesome.
said there's a killer. My brother, I was saying earlier, like a lot of people have been trying to guess what this remake is, and my brother guessed Garbage Pail Kids the movie, which I thought was awesome, because
God,
I wish.
Garbage Pail Kids movie.
and then somebody else was like, oh, it's got to be a puppet movie, and I was like, no, I love puppets. This is not a puppet movie, but this is the movie, and this will give away a little bit for anybody that's followed me for a long time. But this is the movie that inspired, like I would have never made Legend of the Sasquatch with my wife if it weren't for this movie.
Right.
Because this was the movie that let me know, oh, we could do this. We could do
Yeah.
this on our own.
Yeah.
I don't need Full Moon. I don't need the Asylum.
Yeah.
I could go make a
But
movie.
people forget that, and even I think I forget, is like that moment in time. You know, today everyone just
Everybody's
knows
making
about
their
it.
own movie. They got
Yeah.
a phone in their pocket. They can make a movie.
But 15 years ago or whatever,
Right.
that 20, I don't
This
even
is
know because
20
I'm getting
this is in
older. It's
2000
like, yeah.
This is in 2000. This
Yeah.
movie came out in 99. And
Yeah.
so in 2000, I was on my way to Hollywood in 99 to be a makeup effects filmmaker guy.
Yeah.
And I saw this string of movies that I was like, holy crap. Like, I always love low budget movies. I love
Yeah.
Trauma. I love Full Moon. But micro budget movies were not on my radar until 2000. Till I
Right.
got to Hollywood and I saw this micro budget movement happening with Brain Damage Films and Chris Seaver on the East Coast, and like guys making movies because they wanted to make movies, not
Yeah.
because it was their job. And they
Yeah.
made it their job, and now they're all successful filmmakers, and
Yeah.
like I was seeing a renaissance that people didn't understand. And my wife, who had gone to USC film school, believe me, they don't study. They
No.
barely study. You know what I couldn't believe they don't study at USC? Like when I met her, I was like, "You went to USC? That's the home of Don Coscarelli and John Carpenter." And
Yeah.
she didn't know who Don Coscarelli was. I'm like, they don't tell you that the guy that made Phantasm was sat in your classroom.
It's
Well,
so weird
They
that
talk
even
a lot about
still-
Spielberg. They talk a lot about George Lucas.
Yeah.
But they don't talk about Nick Castle, who directed The Last Starfighter, came
And-
from USC.
and is
they don't talk
Michael
about,
Myers.
They don't
You know,
talk
like-
about Jeff Burr, who created Stepfather 2, Pumpkinhead 2, Puppet
Yeah.
Master 4 and 5, and Eddie Presley, a fucking badass man. Jeff Burr is one of the greatest filmmakers ever, and he came straight out of USC. And he had
Right.
huge USC. Actually, R.A. Mihailoff, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw 3, is only R.A. Mihailoff Leatherface because he did student films at USC as an actor because it was an easy $200 a day, and he met director Jeff Burr, who then made Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. They
You know-
don't teach that
No.
at your alma mater. They just talk about the George Lucas Theater, which I love George Lucas.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Don Coscarelli because George Lucas stole the Jawas from fucking Phantasm. 100%. They were in the same class.
That's crazy. That's interesting. I never thought about that.
He talk. Well, they
'Cause
talk
they-
about
yeah.
it. They're-
Oh, do they?
Oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
has been
Which,
a,
I mean-
this has been a heated debate since the 70s.
Oh, I've never heard about
Oh
this.
yeah, big time, big time.
Because I have that little action figure.
George Lucas
And it
was
looks just like
making
Jaws.
making THX, and Don Coscarelli was working on his first iteration of Phantasm, and he ended up making it at Universal and finishing his student film as a real movie. But the Jawa was created by Don Coscarelli as his little gnomes in Phantasm,
Yeah.
and became Jawas in George Lucas.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Were they friends at the time, or
They
just
were,
kind of like
they were
acquaintances?
colleagues. I don't know if they were super friendly.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they weren't because I don't know if you've ever met Don Coscarelli.
No.
Fucking nicest dude on the planet. Like
Yeah.
he is, and just a wealth of information. He doesn't hide. He's not gatekeeping. He is.
Yeah.
I love Don. Only met him briefly. I don't even know if he'd know who I am.
Right.
But I will tell you that I believe. Well, I can't say this for sure. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it out loud. But Reggie Bannister is a very, very dear, close friend of mine, and he's not doing very well right now. But through Reggie, I got to meet Don and Angus Scrimm before he passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing what you say about that though, is because it's like, you know, horror still is like the, you know, the relative no one wants to talk about.
Exactly.
But the like wealthy relative that funds everything
Right.
and takes care of the family, and so it's like it's so
It's the
weird.
Tom Devlin.
And the truth of the matter is like if Lucas didn't do what he did with Star Wars,
Right.
which I know sounds like a dumb thing to say almost, but like if Star Wars would have been, I don't know, even Flash Gordon,
I
they wouldn't
love
talk about him either.
I love Flash.
I do too, but like you know how it didn't. It's not the cultural phenomenon.
Right.
I mean, realistically, if you think about it, the movie is the least impactful part of the legacy of Flash Gordon.
Right.
Right. And even though it is great, but my point is like they wouldn't be talking about him. They would only just be talking about Spielberg. So it's not the genre; it's the popularity of the person.
Yeah.
And
To
it's
an
just it's a
extent,
shame, like because it's like the horror world is so, and really also like of the people that go to USC and are going to have a career. Horror's a great world to get into if you're good at it,
Well,
you like it,
my
and it's
wife
more
was
inviting.
in class with a composer named Bear McCreary who went on to do The Walking
Amazing,
Dead.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but that was actually everybody in my wife's class. A lot of them, not everybody.
Yeah.
A handful of people though have gone on to have amazing careers, but they played the game. Like it's very, very difficult. And my wife edits and does sound design and scores for Plan 10 Pictures. And you know, at one time, I think that was a bummer for her.
Yeah.
But I do believe now she's embraced it as the family business that's working. And Plan 10 is not full moon yet, but damn it, we're on our way. Like we are so fucking on our way. We have
Yeah.
over 14 features out right now
Yeah.
that are in-house, and then we're going to start releasing other people's as well. That's
I love it.
pretty cool.
I'm so excited
It's
about
pretty
it.
cool.
And I do feel like
Eventually, somebody will take notice and be like, dude, I see what they're doing, you know? It's taking a little bit because it's a different world now. We don't have Blockbuster. We don't have
there's a million
Hollywood
drops
Video.
in the sea. There's not, it's not like it's not a small pond anymore.
But
of
most
making
people,
films.
most people produce one movie.
Yeah.
Most people put out one movie, sometimes two. They're gonna start taking notice that it's more than Teddy told me to. They're gonna see that there was movies before Teddy told me to,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna see the amount that has come after Teddy told me
Yeah.
to. Because since Teddy told me to, I've directed 8 other feature films and produced Waleed's movie, which is that's 10 movies in 5 years.
Yeah,
It's pretty good average.
it's amazing.
And I think that the next one, I'm hoping to gain the attention. I don't think that we'll get big, major Hollywood release or anything,
Sure.
but I would love to get mentioned in the Hollywood Reporter. I would love to get mentioned. We've been mentioned before in like Entertainment Weekly,
Yeah.
but I love what I'm doing is crazy. I'm taking a total bogus bullshit movie and I'm making a Plan 10 blockbuster remake of it.
Right.
So if I can get, there's a lot of these like YouTubers that cover the worst, like the Red Velvet Media guys that are
Yeah.
like the worst movies of all worst. This is one of them.
Right,
And
right.
so
right.
if they can be like, crazy Tom Devlin is tackling this material, it
Yeah.
could be some, there's a press release to do here.
Yeah.
And with that, I hope people see that I'm not making fun of the property. I love the property.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm doing what I can do to respectfully bring it into 2026.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to do is make something that I'm proud of, that other people love. Can you give me one of those green toolboxes?
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. I can't wait till next Monday to talk more about it. In the meantime, you and I will have to get things ready so we can do the.
Yeah, so I told Lola she's gonna pull the poster apart, the concept art poster, so
Okay.
you can have the titles.
Perfect.
We just had a couple, I needed to do just a little bit of a revision on the poster. And then, once we have that, we can start building the back end of the crowdfunding page for it. And I don't think it's too soon to start another crowdfunding because the movie Return to Shadow Valley will be released before
Yeah.
we shoot this movie.
We won't say names, and I'm not saying this in a shitty way, but it's like you and I watched a video together about a guy that crowdfunds pretty successfully that has crowdfunded like 4 projects
And never put it
that
out.
no one has seen one frame of, and some have not even shot.
Right.
And we're not saying that in the way that like, but that's our sort of the point of this thing is that like,
We're trying to show another way.
yeah, and like that people like what this experience of crowdfunding for a lot of different reasons, which is really cool. So it's like I feel like as long as you do what you say and put it out, it's like everyone's going to enjoy it. How successful each campaign will be dependent upon how interested they are in the project. But,
And then we have to see, is it the artwork attached to the campaign that helps sell it? Is it the excitement in the videos? What part, because when we did Return to Shadow Valley, not one person was like, well, this isn't Indiegogo, is it secure?
yeah,
Nobody said that.
Yeah.
And of course it was secure, and we had all the answers ready.
Yeah.
And we never had to use them.
yeah.
We never had to tell them,
Because the reality of it too, though, is that like Indiegogo and Kickstarter don't offer you any security.
No.
There's a million campaigns that have collected and nothing has ever happened.
But there's just an interesting
but you're right.
thing because some of these people were our friends and trusted
Yep.
confidants. I mean, Hava knew that we were going to make a movie
Yeah.
or we were going to die trying.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that joined on that when Tom Matthews came on as an executive
So-
producer, and then after the shoot, he
I don't know if
followed
we
up
talked
with,
about
he
that.
followed
Let's
up with
talk
me.
about that a little
He
bit.
he wanted to know how it went, and he cared about the
Yeah.
project. That was wild.
Yeah.
Making a zombie movie, and the lead actor from my favorite zombie movie of all time came on as associate producer or an executive producer, which is our highest caliber spots.
And actually, also like Jason's coolest nemesis. Like
Yeah.
the final girls, I love Friday the 13th and all of them, but it's
Well,
like
he also
Tommy
paid,
Jarvis is.
he also paid for a tombstone to be in the graveyard, and he insisted that it say Jason Voorhees.
I love it, man.
And we did it because
Yeah.
that was what was.
And how cool is that? Like this stuff, because again, we talked about this privately when we were doing our thing, but it's so goddamn cool for us as kids that grew up and nerds that love this stuff so much that Tommy Jarvis
Funded our movie.
funded the movie
And insisted we
and asked her to
insert
integrate
Jason
stuff
in
with
it.
Jason Voorhees. Like what a miracle moment. What a fun, amazing thing.
Well, God, if he would come on for the next one, I'll tell you what. I don't know that he will, and I wouldn't expect him to.
Right.
But it would be right in the. It would help my cause.
Yeah, when I was young watching Friday the 13th,
Oh yeah.
I struggle a little bit with the Tommy Jarvis thing because to me there's actually only one Tommy Jarvis and it's Tom Matthews. Like,
So that's interesting because Part 4 is my favorite Friday the 13th movie, and I don't see Tommy Jarvis without young Tommy Jarvis. Young Tommy
See, I don't
Jarvis is like, I wanted to. That's why I'm an effects artist. I wanted
Yeah.
to be that kid that could beat Jason by making makeup.
if I'm being honest, I think for me, it's definitely one of my favorites as well. But I don't think, as much as I love those movies and watch them religiously, because of the nature of the time without the internet and all these other things, I honestly don't think I realized that they were the same person.
Oh.
Or even, I mean, I think I did, but I just didn't like. Once that version was over, it was over. And then also like,
I love
Corey
Part
Feldman.
5 too, and they had the good flashbacks in Part 5 of Feldman.
yeah,
I love Part 5, and I love the whole Tommy Jarvis story. I always thought
Yeah,
there
me
should
too.
be a Tommy Jarvis wrap up, another version, you know.
which some of those filmmakers that do the
Yeah.
fan films, and I never
They
saw that
really-
one, but they brought him in.
They did, and he played himself.
That's cool.
Tom Matthews came back, and C.J. Graham plays Elias Voorhees,
That's so
Jason's
cool.
dad, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I remember when that one came out. I might even gave
It's
it
pretty
that
good.
campaign, but I never got a chance to watch
Pretty
it.
good.
I've watched a few of them. We screened one of them at Cincinnati Horror Fest.
Really?
Yeah, it was like actually it might have been the one where Tommy's teased at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like 5, 6 years, 8, I don't know. But yeah, very cool.
I'm gonna ask you, is that a country jamboree bear face mounted on the wall?
That is not a country
Okay.
jamboree. That is Billy Bob from Showbiz Pizza Place. But same era. Garner Holt made the Country Bear Jamboree, I believe. Billy Bob was made by Aaron Fechter. Same. I do have at home this awesome mug. That's a Big Owl mug from Country Bears. I love Country Bear Jamboree.
Amazing.
I love 80s animatronics more than you know.
Looks like there's Noah. Is that right?
Oh, Noah, yeah, Noah helped
Hey
out on
Tom,
the
it's
movie.
me, Noah. I'm glad to hear that post-production for The Return of Shadow Valley is going good. Excited to see it.
It's gonna be great, Noah. It's gonna be great.
Noah was he was out on set.
Yeah, he was our
PA,
camera
correct?
assistant
Okay.
on a PA. A little bit of everything. He dug some graves.
So I guess we're getting close, and I gotta get some other work done today. Before we wrap up, one question I have for you about Return of Shadow Valley is: did you have a favorite kill?
I love Beast's kill. It's funny. It's cute and funny. Wes Logan's kill.
Wes always has a good
He always does a good kill. He's such a great guy. If anybody knows Wes Logan, Beast, owner of Versus Pro Wrestling, he comes out and does us these favors where he acts with us, and
He is
so
like I met him for the first time on this
wonderful.
and
dude.
interacted with him like 3 times, and he was just like the warmest, nicest.
Yeah, the best.
He's awesome.
And his wife Kara's amazing.
Yeah.
They're fucking. I love them. Goals. I don't know if it's a favorite kill, but I love AJ, the character that plays Dave. I threw a line at him while he was dying. I said, "Hey, Uncle Donnie was wrong." Or Uncle Danny was wrong.
I love it.
And he's like, his guts are coming out. He goes, "Uncle Danny was wrong."
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I think it's a trailer moment. It's so good.
Oh, that's
I
so
I love the Uncle Danny is wrong. Uncle Danny became a real character in the movie.
I was hoping that he would. Like when we was writing that stuff, I was like
your Uncle Danny's a liar.
yeah.
But Wes made it his own too. He was like, Uncle Danny said there's baddies everywhere. It was just so cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer you weren't out there as much because
It is a bummer,
well
yeah.
normally I hate when the writer is on set. Like usually it makes my skin crawl when the writer's on set because they're always judging me for cutting stuff out and I change things on the fly. I need to have a good script and I love having a good script, but I want the actors to be comfortable and I always want the flow and I need to make my day. So sometimes I combine scenes. It drives my wife nuts. It drives Josh Cornell nuts. It makes everybody a little bit on edge when I'm just ripping pages out of the script. That's a technique I learned from Charles Band, man. That's how you make a movie in 5 days.
Yeah.
And I had somebody helping me with my next script, a really good guy, and he wrote a banger of a slasher script. It's just not the movie I want to make.
Yeah.
Ooh, I keep giving these hints. It is a slasher movie. Not Garbage Pail Kids movie. And then, but I told him, I said, I mean, it's just hard because writers get so attached to their story.
It's hard. It was.
You were pretty good about it. I couldn't tell ever that you were disappointed in me. The only time is when I changed it from punk rock to outlaw country. I felt like they're a little bit of like, aw. But I didn't. You didn't give any blowback or like, no, you can't do that or that's not my story or whatever. But I'll tell you what, whether you think so or not at this point, it was the right move. It was
Well, here's my opinion on it is that as I've grown up and gone through this process of filmmaking and collaborative artwork, one of the hardest things I think for a lot of people to get to is that it's collaborative.
It's collaborative.
And that the truth of the matter is if I directed Return to Shadow Valley, it would be punk rock.
Yeah.
Because I believe in it a lot. I see all the elements that would make it work.
Yeah.
You see all the elements that make the outlaw country work.
Well,
so
part
there's
of it
no
is
reason for me to
the
have
After Dark is my punk rock movie.
Right.
And
Which
I don't want to
yeah.
become a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
I don't want to become. It's already stated online. Tom Devlin is a 4-chord punk rock filmmaker.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I don't have more to offer.
Yeah, and so it's all fair.
And
like,
I
it's
also
like,
think, like, with the long hair and the beard, I think Jason lent himself to being that outlaw country guy. And it worked for me. Could it have worked as punk rock? I guarantee it could. If Waleed made it, it would have been punk rock.
Yeah.
But, and hey, I don't even like country music.
Yeah.
But I just felt we needed to tell a slightly different story than what I've told in the past. And I think it really works. It works so well. The music was awesome. And the
it
freaking
fits
party
JW
of,
really well.
The party of weirdos was so fun. And I don't know, man. It really did work for me. But what I love is that you never made me feel like I was making a mistake.
No.
You just were supportive of it.
Yeah.
If I was making a mistake, I would love for you to speak up and be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And I can either defend it or usually I will defend hardcore, go home, think about it, call back and be like, you're right.
Yeah.
But
well, and that's the thing is I never felt like anything that you were doing was a mistake, was a deal breaker. And the reality, like what I was saying, is like in my younger years, it was easy for me to get passionate about because you will fall in love with your own ideas.
Yeah.
And your idea might be fantastic, but again, even if it was like if I'd say definitively, Tom, this is the best thing. If you don't see it that way, it's not the best thing. It won't be the best.
You know what? One of the best working relationship things we had is my ideas of the cast changed weekly.
Yeah.
And you never stuck your heels in and were like, no, it has to be this. Actually, more than often you were like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do that. Because you were written as the lead in this movie.
Yeah.
And your friend group was written as the friend group.
Yeah.
But I think that makes it easy to write the script because you know Dave and you know Jack and you know these guys. So when you wrote, and Mark, when you wrote it for those personalities.
Yeah.
But when it comes to acting, performing, and showing up, you kind of totally were like, yeah, absolutely, let's just go another direction.
Yeah.
You never, you could have really been like, well, I mean, I wrote it for TJ, and we're going after TJ.
Yeah.
I already told him about it,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that it went the way that it went, because our cast in this movie is the best cast I've ever. Like, I love, like, visually, like, I'm like John Waters like that. Like, I like a cast that you can see their personality
It's very
shows on their
important,
clothes.
yeah. Very important.
And I'm very into the character design of each. I give backstories to each, even though it'll never be seen. Like AJ, who played Dave, I turned that Dave into my best friend Dave.
Yeah.
And I gave him footage of Dave when he was alive. And, you know, he was a musician, and I sent him his music videos, and I showed him how he dressed and how he acted, his manners, and I said, this is very important to me that you, AJ is a musician.
Yeah.
It's very important to me that you don't play AJ, that you play the hype man, you play Dave. Like,
Right.
There's one part I missed that I wanted to get, where I wanted AJ, and maybe I'll get it, I don't know if I can get an insert of it, but Dave used to always tap me all the time. Like he'd be like, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what
Right.
yeah, and it's like, stop touching me, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wanted AJ to tap on Andre, like.
Which is a perfect, it fits perfectly
He-
well with the character.
He does
dynamic.
do this thing where he shushes him,
Yeah.
which is funny. But the tapping is, it was like, anybody that knew Dave knows about the tapping. And it would have been
Right.
great to have that in there. But, no, you were very easy to collaborate with, man. More than most. More than my wife. And my wife is my soulmate of collaborators, but she can really tell me what's right and wrong. And I don't always
Yeah.
listen, and then she's not happy. But then at the end, we always make a cool freaking thing.
Yeah.
But like, you were so like, my only bummer is that you didn't make it out for the party more.
Yeah,
Like,
me
we
too.
had so much fun, and
Yeah.
I would have loved for you to see these characters come to life. And
Yeah.
but usually I don't want the writer there, and the whole time I was like, "Where's the writer? He would be so happy."
Yeah.
Look at what
I was
doing.
ecstatic about what I saw on the day that I was there.
Yeah.
And
I
seeing all
don't
the stuff
remember
online.
what day you were there.
His first day.
Oh,
So it was
first
the
day.
gas station stuff.
See, that was fun.
Fan stuff.
Day 2 was my favorite day of filming of my entire life.
That's
Of all 174 movies I've ever been involved with, day 2 was my favorite day on set ever.
yeah.
And it was hard. It was as soon as Lars got bloody, he wanted to go home.
Yeah.
So it was like we still had tons of shooting to do with him. Plus, we needed him to kill people that paid to be killed by him.
Right.
But he was a awesome sport. Like, he was fine.
Because it's uncomfortable.
Oh,
That is
really
yeah,
uncomfortable.
it feels terrible.
And
like, it's not,
and he wasn't ready for it right away. Like,
Yeah.
it just, we were moving so fast.
Yeah.
There was no prep. And
how did you clean up out there?
we had an outdoor shower out there.
Okay.
He just went back to the hotel, left all his bloody clothes at the hotel, and we picked him up later.
Nice.
So yeah, it was really fun, and day 2 is my favorite day of shooting. The party day, the YouTube video Lola cut together for my daily journals. When I watch that party video, it takes me right back. Like,
So
it's
cool.
so cool what we were doing out there.
Yeah.
We made this we made Bloody Bluff up in the mountains by ourselves. Like, there was, I don't know how many of us, 10 on set, and there was nobody to share it with. They don't know how much.
Yeah.
They don't know what we did. On this one, it's like everybody got to see what we're doing,
That's cool.
and I think just all the stars aligned. It was pretty awesome. Kayla had a real bed to sleep in, so she was happy.
You stay in hotels too, or
No.
No, I stayed at Steve's mom's house.
Oh, okay.
She got pampered. She got breakfast, and
Nice. You deserve.
but it kept her in a great headspace.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
It was awesome. There was a couple people that I wish could have been there that weren't, and we'll fix that on the next one. But
Well, I do want to say, like, I enjoyed every step of the process too. It's fun, man. Like, and I knew writing the script. Again, I think that was a little maturity and growing up was like, I just see my job as like getting you the script that you want and then letting you do what you want with it, and being there for you. If I saw something that I thought was like, man, he's gonna fuck up everything here, he doesn't get it,
yeah,
then I would speak up.
I would
But
convince you
otherwise-
why I do get it.
Yeah, and I
This
would be
is why
open,
I get
but
it.
I also would be open to that. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like I think that's an important part of it. As a producer, a writer, anyone that's supporting a director and making a film, is like, you can have your opinion and you should, but you have to listen to the other part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to get like, just to get locked in with
Yeah.
like, and then not listen to what you're saying. Because back to the thing. The only thing that like I really had, you know, if you'd have said Mike, you'd choose, I would have said let's keep it punk rock.
I know.
But I'm super happy that it's not.
Yeah.
Like I have no, like, I was not upset about it.
Right.
And it was like, and I knew that you weren't just like, you know what, I just want to do something. You know, like it was like, I want to do something different and I know how to do it differently.
Yeah.
And it'll work. And it was true. All of it's true. 100%.
And I do think that for me, part of it was not being pigeonholed as a guy that can only make one thing. The 45-year-old director that's in a punk band that makes
Right.
movies about punk rock. Like I just don't want to be that always.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
although it would have fit, it's just not what I just want to do something different.
Yeah.
And I don't think it worked.
It
But
definitely
maybe so we got to talk on the next one. I wasn't gonna make you write the whole script, but maybe I could give you what I come up with and you can help me.
Yeah.
And I talked to Waleed about polishing some of the effects scenes, cause like, if I get somebody else to write the kills,
Yeah.
it will help me, because otherwise I'll just design what I do, you know?
Right, yeah.
But to break down a script as if somebody else gave it to me, that's very, as an effects artist, I get lazy when directing, I get lazy on the effects. But the next movie, just like this one, was all about the zombies.
Yeah.
And we worked real hard.
And that's where you
And
need
you
to be,
see
man.
every image on the screen, and today when they post them, those zombies look great.
They look.
And the color
they're
palette
fun.
was perfect.
Yeah.
They, all that work paid off.
Yeah.
And then with the next one, it's the creative kills. Like that's what
Yeah.
a slasher movie needs.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have Waleed kind of like work with those kills. I don't want them goofy and campy. I want it badass. It's gotta be
Right.
badass. We're making a remake, we're not making a B movie. We're
Right.
making an A-list. We're making an early 2000s A-list movie of a bad movie,
Right.
and that's the
That's
goal.
awesome.
So, yeah, man. Maybe we'll
All
wrap
right.
it up. What
We'll
time
wrap
is
it up. Yeah, it's like noon-ish.
Perfect.
12:30.
Oh, 12:30. I gotta call Charlie.
Not 12:10. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Hope I
We'll be
answered
back.
all your questions. If not, shoot me a DM.
Have a good one.